Hello, everybody, and welcome to our coverage of episode 41 of Ninjago, The Forgotten Element. This is going to be an interesting episode, and right off the bat, I will say thank you to Lego Zebra for uploading the remainder of this season that was leaked on Cartoon Network a while back on good HD screen capture and not some bootleg camera recording for the fandom's enjoyment. And a link to that can be found in the description below. So check it out. Let's get right into it. LJ, kick it off with a nice recap of the episode.
Okay. So episode starts off with the introduction we've come to know and love and enjoy so much, and will be sad when it is gone. The episode actually starts off with with a ceremony. It's in a very large, dark room with lots of fire. That's something. So we see all the remaining contestants, Sans, Lloyd, Nia, and Garmadon, all captured and bound by chains that restrict their elemental powers, because that's a thing now. They're all led into this room, this ceremony, and forced to bow. In comes Chen on a magical floating chair.
It was an amazing entrance.
Somehow floats.
It was absolutely amazing.
No, you see, apparently everyone in the community has been annoyed at Chen, and I haven't really minded, but this made me go, okay, when's Ronin?
It's funny, as the season's gone on, I've been liking Chen more and more for his dramatic flair.
Oh my gosh, dramatic. Are you serious?
Yeah. Gotta go big or go home.
With his staff. But, oh my goodness, I swear. So he comes in with his staff. He's like, I'm going to take all your powers, so on and so forth. But everyone's like, Jay's like, okay, power of positive thinking. What's his name? Lloyd. Lloyd is going to be here any second. I swear he's going to be here any second. And everyone waits for about a second. And then Chen gets bored. It's like, okay, thanks. Gets all their powers. That was pretty quick. And then we see Lloyd and Garmadon and Nia discussing things and what their plan is going to be and what they're going to do. And that was pretty brief. Then we cut to the most perplexing part of any sound effect of any episode I have ever seen.
I don't know about that.
The guards. Yeah, no, this is weird. This is so out of focus of the episode. So abrupt, so random, but so funny.
Was it random?
Yes, it was totally random. Two guards are standing around a gate talking about one guy, one general. It's like, oh, he's got one eye and he's so high up on the food chain. I've got two. And they're just having this discussion about their names, what names sound cool in order to get noticed by Chen and get higher up on the food chain. It was so funny. They put so much character into these two random guards.
They're actually in minifigures in the sets, Chop and Kapow. And they also have Anacondri forms, so spoiler alert. That'll happen.
Son of a gun, there you go.
See, I didn't see it as that big of a surprise because it's been a while since we've had a pair of characters for comedic relief. It's only been Cruncha and Knuckle from the Skeleton Crew. They're trying to recreate that feel, and it was hilarious, so it worked.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was just funny. So, episode goes on, and everyone's been thrown and they've been given the orange suits. They've been chucked into the noodle making factory. Well, it turns out Messa was right. They are basically building Cole's set.
Yup.
What's his name? Karlov. He's working on it. And everyone's been told what the plan is. They're working on it under the guise of it being a noodle making machine, which is different. So they do that. So, real quick, when everyone got their powers stolen, what's her name? Skylar wanted Kai to be sacrificed. And so he was released instead of thrown in.
Not sacrificed.
So we get a little
she wanted him to be saved.
Sorry,
yeah, she wanted to sacrifice him.
Spare him. There we go. She wanted him to be spared. So we get this little scene between Kai and Chen. It's basically Sidorak and Vakama Hordika. They walk through this hall, and it's chock full of Easter eggs. They point some of them out, and others are just hilarious.
Yup.
It's just so funny. So they go through the hall, and that's kind of interesting. And Kai is like, okay, my parents and stuff, and antics ensue. Conversation ensues, sorry. So finally, we cut to Nia, Garmadon, and Lloyd, and they break in. Bam, bam, bam! Antics start ensuing all over the lake. Bam, antics, bam, ensues. And then Garmadon gets into a sword fight with Klaus. And that happens. Kai finds Lloyd, and he leads him somewhere, but then stabs him in the back. And then we get a fight between Lloyd and Chen. It's really cool and interesting. And it ends on a cliffhanger.
Of course.
Well, when the commercial break is over, everyone's chained up and has lost. And everyone's really furious at Kai because he betrayed them all. So Nia and Garmadon chained up in a room of bones. I was shocked to see all those bones.
It was awesome.
Just frightening.
Awesome.
So they're chained up and they're about ready to be fed to the giant snake. As they're leaving the room, Kai's like, don't worry, I got it. And, wink. Whatever. That's great. We understand. So he talks to Skylar and gets her on his side. That's all nice and good and all. Cut back to the noodle factory. Karlov is trying to build the thing as quickly as possible, but they get found out. And what ensues is one of the funniest things in the world. The funniest fight scenes this show's ever had. The music, the pace. The music is like this poppy, jazzy kind of thing. It's like this classical... They're busting out. Jailbreak music. It's just the funniest thing. And you just watch antics ensue all over the place. Explosions and jazz and tuba.
It's actually fairly amazing.
Funny. Yes, it was so cinematic. I can't put it any other way. So they get on their way to get out of the place. Ceremony is commencing. Lloyd is about to have his powers taken. Kai is working something up his sleeve along with Skylar. Skylar's powers get taken. Then we cut to Garmadon and Nia. They're about to be eaten by the snake. But then, BAM! The jazz crew is back. They bust through the wall in the nick of time. And just, I swear, they kill that snake. They killed the snake on screen.
It's epic.
They crushed it with the ceiling.
One more set of bones for the room.
Oh my gosh. So everyone gets, reintroduced to each other, and they have this cheer, power of positive thinking, so on and so forth. So we cut back. Lloyd gets his powers taken, so that kind of sucks. And they're commencing the ceremony, everything's all great and all, and then BAM! Kai jumps into action. He grabs a staff, he starts blasting everyone, gets Lloyd free, blasts Klaus with ice, so on and so forth. Everything's just super crazy. But then the staff has kind of a mask of ultimate power effect on him, and he starts turning evil. He's being controlled by the power. It's like the golden weapons. Chen is like, yes, yes! And he's about to kill Lloyd when then, BAM! That's right, the jazz crew is back! And they bust in the nick of time. Kai loses his staff, and all pandemonium breaks out. It's just... antics ensue to the highest degree. Everyone's fighting. It's a battle royale. Well, finally, Kai grabs the staff, being shaken out of his evil trance, and blam, just shatters it. And then everyone gets their powers back, and is like, that's it, you're done. Well, in the aftermath, Chen gets away with Skylar and Klaus. And everyone's like, well, we'll get them back. We'll find them. They can't find them. But they're all happy to be back together with Zane, who starts doing the, music thing that he did in that one episode when he found out he was a robot. And everyone's laughing. And the episode ends for the first time in a long time on a reasonable, laughing note.
Yup. Got a couple things to say about this episode. First of all, the thing about Chin knowing some kind of secret about Kai's parents. I mentioned in the prior episode, actually I'm not sure if I did or not, I'm not sure if it was off recording or on recording, mentioned a theory that Ronan from the Summer Wave, probably the main villain or one of the villains of the Summer Wave, might be Kai's father, Master of Fire, or the Elemental Master of Fire. And I said, oh, well, there's not really any evidence to suggest this. And then I looked closer at a shot of Kai's father as he was leading the Anacondrae into their tomb. And then I looked at the picture of Ronan from the box art of the game. They have identical face markings. And with the red that's Ronan's main color scheme, I would be willing to bet money that that's the route they're going to end up going. Not sure.
You want to know, real quickly, something I just remembered. I just don't know why I didn't remember this earlier. There's one itsy bitsy thing that might stab that theory in the feet.
Oh.
It's actually from episode 1. And I'm double checking this right now.
Wasn't Kai's father like a blacksmith?
But yeah, he was a blacksmith. And he also died.
Supposedly. You know who also died? Zane.
You're a pain in the rear, you know that?
I'm just saying.
You can be a little bit of a jerk, you know that?
I'm just saying.
You can be a little bit of a stickler.
There's always the chance that they're not really dead.
Well, yeah, there's that.
But that is certainly interesting. Good thing to note. We'll see. But the second thing I wanted to mention was, I appreciate that this episode, even if it was a little forced, just like the whole Vakama thing was kind of forced in Web of Shadows, that they gave some nods to Kai's long-forgotten character traits, where he was like really hoping he was going to be the Green Ninja because he was the leader of the team, and it was kind of a meta commentary on how the fire character is always the most important, but in this case it was some no-name kid, Lloyd Garmadon, which was a twist that I always enjoyed. And they brought that back a little bit, and considering Kai is often devoid of a lot of character, it's nice to see that be mentioned. The third thing I'd like to comment on is one thing I really like about Ninjago. Yeah, people talk, and they talk a lot, but they don't talk to the point where plans get messed up. Both the heroes and the villains are sometimes guilty of this in other media. They like to monologue instead of doing things. I loved how quickly Chin just took everyone's powers. Yet he was still able to monologue, but he didn't ruin his plans by taking too long. He just did it. And I like how Kai didn't feel the need to hesitate. He just broke the staff as soon as he could, and when he was not being controlled by it. No messing around. It's serious business time. It's just small touches like that that make Ninjago better than your average kid show.
Yeah.
And what else? Oh yeah, biggest problem with the episode, personally speaking. I've been mentioning this whole season about how I felt the pacing was a little weird, and I was glad last episode they were finally going to get into the plot, and we were finally going to see the Anacondrae who are in the set, and we're finally going to get our villains, the actual powered up forms of the cultists, and we're going to have good battles. Yeah, no. That did not happen. The status quo has been returned to normal. And I really shouldn't be surprised because Chima did the exact same thing in its final run. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the last season of Chima. They did this fake out where they had an epic battle and it seemed like the ice tribes were defeated and that was the end of the season, but it was just a one step in the larger battle, and the ice tribes regrouped and came back with a bigger plan, and the worst was yet to come. But I remember when we were doing Chima, we were questioning, this seems like the end for the series. The villains have been defeated. Where are they going to go from here? And they found a way to make that work. So I should remain hopeful, but I'm just saying there's 3 episodes left. Still no Anaconda. I'm waiting. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, one more thing. I like how when the ninja got their powers back, suddenly they had hoods. For no reason.
Everyone was like that. They got their original uniforms that they showed up with in the show.
Which makes no sense.
Hey. Ninja gotta come prepared.
Are they saying their clothes are like forged from the elements? What's that trying to imply?
Well, you see.
I didn't really understand that. What?
Meso, it's cool, okay? Let it be cool.
Fair enough. And speaking of cool, the breakout scene, standout.
Oh, goodness, that was funny.
Yep.
It was just so high energy. It was great.
Yup. Aljo, what'd you think of this episode?
I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. However, I do agree the pacing is really perplexing and it does bug me. Skylar also bugs me. I know she has been such a pancake. She flip-flops all over the place. Figure out your allegiance.
I think the implication is that she was just forced into her father's service by like family loyalty what's going on. It's not like she has any real motivation in his quest. She's just helping him out because he's her father. She really had no other reason to go against him.
Okay,
and now she actually gets to see what's been going on firsthand. She doesn't really support it, and Kai was able to sway her over to the ninja's side.
Yeah, I do hope that she gets some more character development if they're going to bring her back in the future.
Doubt it. 3 episodes left. See, it's like, the pacing is good. That's what I really want to get across. The pacing of the show is not bad. The problem comes from the fact that we know what the sets are. And half the sets haven't appeared yet. So we know there's more coming, and it's the future stuff I'm concerned about as more episodes drag on without it being realized. That's my only thing. If we didn't know what the sets were and we were just watching the season, I'd say, wow, this is pretty good pacing. It's not moving too rushed and it's not too slow, but it's just we know what's to come and they're taking forever to get there. Anyway, carry on.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. But aside from that, I really enjoyed this episode. The high energy was great. The one only other thing that I could think of that annoys me a little bit is Zane. He seems really boring.
They dropped the ball with his return. They completely mismanaged it in every way.
So that's really the only thing otherwise. But overall, I did enjoy it. I did really enjoy it. I'm eager for the next one.
Yup. Expect some more coverages over the next couple days. Maybe it'll be a couple days before we release the next one, but that's just because we're going to get Takuma in for like the last 3. But this will probably come out the day after episode 40 is released, and then maybe a couple days you'll see the rest of them. Because all the episodes are available for viewing, we're just going to pace it out to fit with our channel's schedule. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. 3 episodes to go. Only 3 will remain. I don't know.
Only 1 will remain.
We will see you all next time for the next exciting coverage of the Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu TV series. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Mesame.
And I'm LJ.
And goodbye.